delighted to welcome Linden to Totally Wired. How are you doing?
I'm groovy, thank you.
You just did a session for us. It's got to be one of the first times you played live in a while, isn't it?
Yeah, first time in essentially a whole year.
Wow.
Yeah.
How did you find it?
A bit weird jumping back into it all again, but great fun.
Because that's got to be probably the biggest session we've done in terms of scope, and we got a violin, and it was lovely. I was sat over there, not much live music this year, obviously, and I just sat back in my chair, and yeah, it was gorgeous. So thank you for that.
Well, thanks for having me.
How did the Linden project start?
Well, it started with paintings actually, because I normally say I'm a painter, not a musician, and I had this big group of paintings that I really liked, and I had a concept behind them, so I started writing songs for them, and then started building this whole conceptual world, and then found people to interpret my conceptual words into music.
So it's quite a collaborative thing then.
Yeah, because essentially, like, it'll be like because I'm not really a musician. Well, I am, but I don't think like a musician is what I normally say.
Yeah. And
so if we're in a rehearsal room, I'll tell people to play Blue or play A Summer Breeze in a Wheat Field at 4 o'clock in the afternoon. And obviously you need a certain kind of person to be able to decipher what that is musically. So it took a while.
So the new single, Highway Honey, what did you tell them to play?
Highway Honey, I told them to play Beige and Golden. But imagine you're in a field with daisies. There's like little specks hanging in the air, but there's like demons on the forest line.
Wow. So,
I know. It's really weird.
Was that like 30 seconds later, that was Highway Honey straight away?
No, it took probably like 6 months. But
really?
Yeah, it takes a while because it's confusing when someone explains that to you, like, that's play that in sound.
That would be, I'd watch a whole show about that coming to life. That would be really, really fun to watch.
Oh yeah, it's interesting.
And you said something about being really influenced by David Lynch as well.
Yes.
What is it about David Lynch?
He's just so bizarre, and I really resonate with that. I used to get told all the time before I knew who David Lynch was that my person looked like it belonged in Twin Peaks, and I was like, okay, don't know what that means. And then I watched it, and I was like, what? What?
That's kind of a compliment, but also
it's a bit, it's one of those ones that's borderline insulty, but also kind of nice. And then I found out about all his artwork and stuff as well, and he's very multimedia and really resonated with everything that I love. So that's why.
Nice. What's your favourite David Lynch film or project?
Blue Velvet.
Same. We're on the same page there.
It's quality.
And the music's great as well. Is that sort of an influence on you as well, or is it just the whole sort of world?
Well, the music is an influence, but not in like a sound way. It's like, because I've got synaesthesia. Yeah. So like the vibe and the colour I get from the music really influences what colours I put into my own music. Nice. If that makes sense.
Yeah. And Highway Honey's been out for about a month now. How have you found the reaction to it?
It's been really good, Jay. I think a lot of people have said really nice things to me about it, which I appreciate, because it's one of the few songs that I genuinely care about, and I care about all my songs, but like one that's personal to me, because most of them are sort of out of the box. So considering it's such a weird little intense 4 minutes of your life to listen to it, I think it's done well.
And have you guys had a chance to play it live yet, or have you played many live shows?
Yeah, we started playing live in Brighton about 2 years ago. So we've played around quite a lot, but we only recently started playing with the violin live. So we're excited to do that more.
Because I think you guys are really different to what a lot of the Brighton music scene's like. Have you ever been on a bill where it's like, we don't really belong on this bill? Or even like in some of the dingy rooms in Brighton, it's such a sparse soundscape and it's a beautiful sound that it's sort of like, I don't know, I imagine it'd be lost on certain bills and certain rooms.
Yeah, Yeah, it can be quite tricky. I think most of the time, pretty much all gigs were always a bit of a black sheep. And I think my music's a bit like Marmite, that you either really like it or you haven't really got the time to think about it, because there are a lot of layers, and conceptual stuff is like requires a lot of thought. So yeah, I've had quite a lot of gigs where it's just not really gone down very well. Like we got our first gig in London, we were on this like lineup with these like, I don't even know what to call them. They were like rapping but not rap, and like trap, loads of stuff like that.
Perfect combination with Linden then.
Yeah, so there's all these like hoodies and baseball caps in the crowd with their trousers pulled down, and I was singing Highway Honey and they were just like, can you go? So yeah, that was weird.
Well, I have to say we really love it. We love the sound. Thank you so much for coming in for that session. It was beautiful, and it's one of my favourites so far. So thank you very much.
Thank you so much for having me.
Good luck for everything.
Thank you.
Thank you.